Folks, they say a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And there appears to be a weak link in the Alabama football coaching chain. And surprise, surprise, it's not Slick Sheridan's problem no more. My eyes on somebody else. Let's talk about it, y'all. They say a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, and there appears to be a weak link in the football coaching chain at Alabama. Surprise, surprise. I'm not talking about Slick Sheridan this week. Let's go. Welcome. And roll tide, Alabama fans, and welcome to Tight Sports. This is an Alabama football megacast and the People's Crimson Tide Network. Today is February 24th, and it's time to take a walk around the herd. Thank you for joining me today on whichever virtual space you chose to view me on. Here on Tight Sports, we talk Alabama football all day, any day, and any Alabama sport where the Tide can get some shine. That's what we're all about. That's why we on Tight Sports, we are always talking about that the Crimson Tide is always in title run mode. Now, the haters and doubters that mean the Crimson Tide no good, come on in, take notes. You might just learn yourself something. Please, on your way in, tip a brother. And by that, I mean take the tip of your finger and hit that subscribe button. We got to get the subscriptions up. Thank you for joining me, wherever you may be hitting me from. And if I successfully stimulate the happy juice in your gray matter and cause your funny bone to jiggle, let me know by poking that like button right in the eye. Let's start tonight out with the ladies. Oh, yeah. The ladies of the Crimson Tide whipped up on those AU War Tigers. The number 18 Crimson Tide improved to 22-6 after losing to Tennessee last Thursday. But we're not talking about last Thursday. We're not going to talk about last Thursday. We're not going to talk about that. Sunday night, grad student Aaliyah Nye scored 29. As number 18 Alabama women, they rallied from 16 points down and won by 16 points. 66-50. Aaliyah Nye hit 6 3-pointers and finished with 29 points to help the Tide seal the win. Now, grad student Sarah Ashley Barker, if you heard me talking about it, she is the female version, if I can say that, of a LeBron James. She had 13, 8, 5, and 2 steals. That's what she do. She typically getting her LeBron James on, just filling up the stat sheet. She's a grad student as well. And then there was another grad student, Zay Green. She scored 12 points. I don't know what the money looking like over there at the Alabama Athletics Complex, but after this year, we're going to have to get in that portal and get to shopping because we got like 6 seniors on the team. More than half of them grad students, but they got it done. Well done, ladies. Well done. AU does lead that series 52-34. The Alabama has won 7 of the last 8 meetings. Going forward, Auburn loses to Georgia Thursday night, and Alabama will be playing for a victory against number 7 LSU. Yeah, LSU is tough. Good luck, ladies of the Crimson Tide. Now on to the fellas. After an embarrassing loss from AU, the Gents went out and got toasted by some other Tigers. They lost to the Missouri Tigers, man. I'm about sick and tired of them when I am. I'm sick and tired of Nate Oates and whatever they got going on. It's kind of frustrating. But Missouri welcomed the Tide and ripped our boys up, man, 110-98. And looking at the team stats, I know what it was all about. They didn't make enough of them 2-pointers. The 3-pointers are pretty good at 41%. But here's the kicker. Alabama won the rebounding competition 33-32. That's one. But they had 8 steals. I'm sorry, they had 12 steals. We had 4. Missouri was plus 8 on steals. See that one rebound just went away? So that's 7. And then when you look at the turnovers, remember how they were up 7? Well, Alabama led the game in turnovers by, what is that? 6. So that's 13. 13 times 2. That's 26. And they shot 60% from the field. So that's about 24, 20, 26. That's 16 points. Lost the game by 12. It's all about the numbers, baby. You look at the numbers, you figure out why you're losing. That's why I don't like it. Who is Missouri? I don't like them. Ain't nobody. Obviously, we're not much either. Got to get it together. But on Saturday night, the Tide took advantage of the young Kentucky team. Mark Sears was back to scoring 30. Number 4, Alabama came from behind now on that young team. 96-83 is what we won by. And Kentucky is the number 17 team in the country. So now the Alabama Crimson Tide men's team is 22-5, 11-3 in the Southeastern Conference. They're piecing it together, but it don't feel good going into tournament time. When I look at the charts, when I look at the stats of the game, it's just not lining up. We got 19 points. Well, Mark gave us 30. Aiden Holloway gave us 19 points. He made 5 3-pointers in this game. That'd have been nice if he did something like that against Auburn University, school he transferred from. Chris Youngblood, same thing. He had 14 points. And Clifford Omari, God, he had 11 points. Not usually 11 rebounds. But it's inconsistent. And going into the tournament, man, the Tide gonna get booted in one of these tournaments. We got a bunch of turnovers. With your backcourt, they say a senior backcourt is better, but I guess we only really got one experienced person. That's Mark Sears. You got to have 2 good guards to take you to a tournament. We're gonna get booted earlier than expected out of both of the tournaments if we keep this up. So I'm just here to tell folks. I'm just watching this. Some of these teams, like Kentucky, they're getting better. And there are other teams in the country that ain't going to put up with our foolishness. I mean, come on, man. 12 steals to your 4 steals, 14 turnovers to their 8. Alabama had 15 turnovers versus Kentucky. And if Kentucky would have finished with like 8 turnovers versus 13, guess what? Kentucky would have won that game. Kentucky had 13 steals. Tide got to get better on the inside since they're supposed to be taking like 2-pointers that are within 5 or 6 feet of the basket. Well, they missed 9 of them. That stuff shows up come tourney time. You can't miss those short ones if we taking all the long ones. I don't know what to say. I'm trying to prepare you for a worst case scenario come tournament time. Could be the first day or the second day of the SEC tournament, gone. Might be gone the first weekend of March Madness. Maybe not on Thursday. Saturday is not promised to nobody. You can't miss them short shots. Well, Tuesday night, Crimson Tide takes on Mississippi State. I'm going to get me some antacid, some water, maybe some kaopectate, and try to sit down and watch that game because Mississippi State is number 21, and I don't know what to expect. So anyway, moving on, bigger and better things. Let me see what's in the chat. We got some comments over here. I know you miss me. It's me. It's me. What's going on? It's me. Oh, man, what's happening? Huggy's in the house. He got that hieroglyphics. Is that WD and a bird? I don't know what that means. Let's see. Slick Sheridan. That still cracks me up righteously. Hey, man, I ain't talking about Slick today. He got his issues, but I got a problem with somebody else. It's me says, man, those dudes over the water cooler need to get off the NC topic and start how not to have a 5P. Oh, wow. Is that new coach? Man, you know he frees, but I get this long-term deal. As soon as they win the Iron Bowl by 1, and even if they win the Iron Bowl by 1, Alabama goes on to play in the finals of the college football playoffs. That'll be fine with me. Anyway, Huggy's back over here. Embarrassed by AU. Bruh, no one is embarrassed to lose to the best team in the country. You heard me. Don't take it so hard. It wasn't even the loss. If they had lost, 5, 3, 4 points. You saw the game. We played horrifically, and every time we lose, it's horrific. It's a bunch of turnovers. If you can't make the threes, you got to be good at the twos. You can take the twos, you got to be good at the three. Don't be soft, waiting on the referee to change the game for you, that kind of stuff. That's why I mean embarrassing. It's like they playing like they shouldn't even be on the floor with them. So it wasn't the point spread. It's just how they played. It was atrocious. Same thing as Ole Miss. Same thing as Missouri. It's always atrocious. Even they lost that game to, I don't know if it was Illinois or somebody they lost to early in the season. It was like, who are these people? Let's see. One more from Huggy. He said, it's me, old Huggy, going to talk about that. Meanwhile, you talk to Bama Nation about talking about Bama like they still Bama. Ready, break. Oh, wow. They huddling up, coming out, ready to inspire each other's team. I had to take some time off last week, so my schedule got a little off. I did make Monday, but had to get on the flight. So, of course, 12 hours for the flight, I had to go out there and sacrifice one of my neighbor's fatted calves. Hopefully he don't see this video because I probably owe him thousands and thousands of dollars. Nasty. But, I had to smoke one up to the man on high. So now I'm back. Got to get my feet on him. He said, national championship. Oh, not new coach. He said national championship. It's me. Man, I hope you freeze getting stitched. That would be amazing. Hey, it's in the works, man. All they got to do is go 7-6, maybe 8 wins. If they start, this is me. I'm going to give them a little tip. Start Deuce Knight and you go 8-5, guaranteed 6-year extension. Guaranteed. Book it. Guaranteed 6-year extension if they start the freshman and he win 8 games because I don't know what they're going to do about this Jackson dude. He's costing them a lot of money. Now, back to what I was talking about. Last time I checked in, Caleb DeBoer had scraped up 1 recruit, and we were ranked. Alabama was ranked in the dashes, and the dashes is like the recruiting services. They went 1 through 50, 53 because a couple teams was tied for 50th. Then they start dashing everybody. Then by the time they did alphabetical order, I think Alabama was ranked like the 7th dash. So we had 1 recruit. How much for 1 rib? We had 1 recruit. That was it. But as I told you, for the past few weeks, they've been spreading seeds and offers all over the country and making offers to top-notch elite talent with exceptional leadership capabilities. That's a little nuance on Caleb DeBoer. We're going to look into that later. That may come up later in the summer, during the season. He's not looking just for elite talent. He's looking for what they call an intangible. I know Nick Saban said he liked to look for people who finish plays. People don't know what that means. That means the guy that gives the extra effort. So he's looking for people that are exceptional, your 3, your 4s, your 5s, but he want to make sure they have leadership qualities. That's key. So we go, because real leaders, they can follow a leader and to become better. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna put a bookmark on that statement. But the first recruit signed back in December is Zion Gibson, 5'11", 177 pounds, out of Gadsden, Alabama. I think he was ranked number 7 in the state as a prospect. 94th player in the country, depending on who you ask. Number 10 cornerback. And, looking forward to getting him on campus like next year, because all this stuff is still, it hadn't really been locked in. This is very early. But the guy's a speed demon. He got the same speed as your boy Tyke. They said the man ran a 10.85 second 100-yard dash. And then he got a 22.19 200-yard dash as a sophomore. That's the kind of numbers I be putting up. Yeah, at the Dairy Queen. Let's go from the bathroom back to the fountain. I do about 10.85 miles an hour. Gibson visited Tuscaloosa 5 different times since March of last year. He received his offer directly from Coach Kalen DeBoer. That man is serious about Alabama. Now, they've added 2 recruits since then. One guy who's a 3-star, and they say he's currently just going up the board. Chris Booker out of Hatefield Charter. Now, I ain't never heard of Hatefield Charter. I frequent around Atlanta area. I ain't never heard of it before in my life. But this dude, they say when he got the offer, took off. Said once given his verbal commitment to Alabama, he posted he's 1,000% committed. Recruitment shut down. I hope he ain't playing because, a lot of things can happen in a year. A lot of things can happen in a year. But Booker picked up offers from Alabama, of course, USF, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Western Kentucky, and others, checking in at 6'4", 285 pounds as a tackle. Now, no, he's an interior lineman. So he's going to probably put some size on, but if they can talk to him right now, they can put it on with, some steak and potatoes. Put a little money in his, but can't put money in his pocket in Georgia, I think, until after next season. But get that guy some steak and potatoes, not no peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and we add that about 25 pounds of muscle, get him about 310, he going to be ready to rock. A little tall for a guard, but hey, he's only going to get bigger and stronger, once he gets to college and start working with the, the professionals, and they feeding the stuff you at night, all kinds of food and whatever they stuff people with. I hope it's all natural, but he already big. I mean, he's 17 years old, 285 pounds, 6'4", could end up being 6'6". He may grow into a tackle by the time December gets here. Be 6'4", like you can't 6'7", you can't play no guard. Get out the way. Can't nobody see over you. And lastly, we got Jamarian Matthews. He's out of Gainesville, Georgia. He's a 4-star edge rusher. I'm glad to hear it. And I know people always tell me, where the big guys like Saban got? They got some guys coming in. They got some size on them. But I like this edge rusher thing because these guys, when they start eating good food or get a little more money in their pocket, some of them going to pick up weight anyway. But one thing on defense that you really can't teach in college is good footstesses. I'm sorry. Alabama came out. Great footwork. So these guys are speed rushers. They practicing their little moves. They doing their rip moves. They doing their spins and all that stuff. In high school, Warren Sapp do a spin move in the inside. Had great feet. He was a tight end. Remember when he got to Miami and was changed to the defensive side of the ball. I don't know if he played defense in high school. All I know, his footwork is impeccable. That's why he is a Hall of Famer. But this young man, he committed to the Crimson Tide verbally, and he chose Tide over Florida State, LSU, and Clemson. That's a pretty good list. He's a 4-star, 6'3", 220 pounds. He definitely going to go up to probably 280 by the time he leaves. If he does 3 years, he probably will be at 280. I'll just say 265, but more than likely 280 because, he's going to be lifting a lot of weight. Let's see. He's ranked 199th nationally, number 17th ranked rusher in his class, according to 24/7. This is the thing that makes me a little nervous. Taco. 2004, he played at Harvest. In Harvest, Alabama, in high school. For Sparkman High School in Harvest, Alabama, as a junior, and he racked up 57 tackles, 29 for loss, 17 sacks, 15 quarterback hurries, 1 forced fumble in 10 games. Lets me know that through all that, he wasn't winning anything. That's all right. He still was on the radar. So now he's transferring to Gainesville, Georgia, ahead of his senior season. Because I think you got to leave states. Because like around some states, even though you're in the state, you go to another school, they make you sit out a whole year. So he's leaving the state of Alabama, going to Gainesville, Georgia, to get some more shine on his life. So with that additional shine could come additional offers or additional attention. And next thing you know, he's signing with UCLA because they, whatever, Oklahoma or Texas. So that just makes me nervous. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But for right now, he is a part of the Alabama Crimson Tide's class. And glad to have him. Because right now, that move, depending on where you look, I think 24/7 moved the Tide's class rank up to number 34, which is okay because we're making moves 3 people. A lot of people got more people ahead of us, but they don't have, I guess the quality is different. We only got 3 and we're at 37, but on 3 moved the Tide class of 3 people to number 11. I thought that was 11 or 13. I thought it was a little bit aggressive, unless they know some of these 3 dudes I don't know, because that is, it definitely seems like on 3 is a fan of the Crimson Tide. Now to the main focus of the day. Let me turn this music down just a little bit. Let's talk about that chain. Now, with Slick Sheridan downgraded to QB coach, and essentially he's in a mentorship program under Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb, it's time to rein in assistant head coach, co-offensive coordinator, wide receiver coach, Coach Shepard. Now, y'all may have seen what's occurred last week. That's how they got Coach Shepard listed on the official website. I'm sure there are a few of those titles that will be peeled off of him soon. I just reflect back to the time when we're getting ready for the Tennessee game, and they said, Coach, what are you doing to prepare the team for the noise out there at Tennessee? And I keep bringing this up because it really irked me. And that man just said, we worry about the crowd noise, and he's like, we worry the crowd noise, then we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. Man, you must be out your mind. I remember back when the GOAT used to say, you know what? Don't nobody talk to the media during the season, really at all, unless you get the thumbs up from me. I wish we could go back to some of that, because some of the stuff the players have said is coming back to haunt us. And this whole thing they got going on right now is really coming back to haunt us, because this is ridiculous. Coach saying that he's not worried about the crowd noise at Neyland is insane, because there's about 10 stadiums in the world, in the country. Well, that's the first thing you think about. Whether you're a baseball player playing somewhere, but this is just ridiculous. So after, and not to mention the communication issues that we had at the Tennessee game were part of the reason that we, got beat down or lost that game. I've been side-eyeing this dude ever since. Now, because of this series they got coming on right now, I don't know the name. I'm never going to watch it. I'm never going to watch it. It's a 6-series show chronicling the 2024 season for Alabama. Like, I want to relive that. It was we'll check you later, Huggy. I see your messages. Just got to get this out. It was revealed that they had a video. They had a part of Coach Shepard was talking to the receivers in the receiver room, and he was lighting into the guys. You know what I'm saying? If you lighten to him where it makes sense, then I got that. But I just want to go over what he said, because it's a Georgia game now. Georgia game was not the first game of the season. I think it was the 4th game of the season. and it may be a bye week in there somewhere. But anyway, coach says this to the guys. I'm tired of sugarcoating Ish for people in this room anymore. First thing I just want to say right there, first, that's a butt-kissing choice, and that's your mistake, Coach Shepherd. You sugarcoating stuff for who? For what? Who you talking to? You talking to your players or you talking to your bosses? I don't understand. Tell folks the truth, man. You can give it to me, you want to give it to them, but I'm tired of sugarcoating. So you mean tell me almost going to 4 games in, you've been sugarcoating stuff through tour days and summer practices and summer conversations and drills and meetings in the park. You just want, hey, how you doing? You guys okay? You know, or whatever you call sugarcoating. Then he went on to say, I'm not sugarcoating. It's a telltale sign when our 2 receivers that had the most production in the room are taking notes right now. This is a Georgia game. You mean tell me you let dudes ride through summer practices, them 3 games against, was it UCF and Western Kentucky and Wisconsin, coming up to the Georgia game, and you don't see the other receivers taking notes. You don't see them taking notes. The beginning of August until September the 28th, they've been allowed to exist in your presence without pen or paper. Now you crying about it. Bro, that's your, let me tell you something. You allowed this. You allowed that bad habit to persist too long. It shouldn't even got to the first game. It shouldn't have got to your 3rd meeting. People should not even be thinking about, man, I'm gonna get to play if I don't bring this pen and paper. They should be like trembling because they don't have pen and paper walking toward the building. The building ought to be scared. 6 weeks, 6 whole weeks, maybe even more before you say, hey, yo, Rico, what something don't sound right about that. Forget playing time. Where's your pen and paper? Should cause the building to tremble. And you up here crying about it now. Almost game 4. Who fault is that? Then he continued. He ain't stopped there. It's a telltale sign. That's how it is. I'm sick of this Ish. And he used the real word. I'm not going to do it on my channel. The ball goes in the air. We got to want it. Everybody want to be cute with these weak A haircuts y'all got. Ish, all pristine, and Ish. So he said, Ish, all pristine, and Ish. Ain't nobody got that dog in them. Ain't nobody got no dog in them. I can't believe that this man says it's on TV. First of all, they made a final cut. And here's what I said, man, while there were Milroe issues and Slick Sheridan issues, but I want to reiterate, there was a co-offensive coordinator with the same name as you, Coach, who contributed to horrible play callings and schemes all year long. Maybe you couldn't handle all them responsibilities. Maybe you're out of place. Maybe you think you can violate the 2 NIL rules that exist right now. They're in play. Number 1, you can't lie to folks. 2, you can't tear them down. For some reason, through the lie of omission, you let them believe that all they need to do is show up, don't bring no pen and paper, coach gonna tell us what we gotta do. All of these guys played and dominated in high school with limited effort sometimes. I'm just reminded about Saban told this story about him and Derek. Derek, I can't think of the name of the podcast he was on with Ryan Clark and Fred Taylor. He was talking about, he said he was watching Derek, what's my man's name? Derek Henry in blocking drills and other drills that was doing other than running the ball. And dude was lost. He said he was so bad, I just wanted to go over there and just put my hand on his neck, just rub him on his neck, console him. And he was getting cooked the whole day. Saban walked over to him, and dude thought he was going to, he needed a hug or something. But Derek turned to him and said, look, coach, look up. He said, I don't know nothing. All I know in high school, they turn and throw the ball to me and say, run. I don't know nothing about the rest of this ish. And that was honest. That was honesty. He had to be coached to become the player he was at Alabama and, beyond. You got to coach folks. You got folks showing up at Alabama 4- and 5-star receivers, and, they need a pen and paper. For what? What are we doing? We going to write a book on my life? No, they need to know, coach. You ain't got to get on TV talking about this stuff. They see the hard knocks and the guys got laptops and all this stuff. You ain't giving no laptops. You say you need to bring some pen and paper. These guys probably don't take pen and paper to class. I don't know why the other two people why Jeremy Bernard, obviously who you was talking about, and Ryan Williams, upperclassman and a feminine, why they had pen and paper. But I tell you what, the way y'all decide to distribute the ball, what am I writing down? Run hard and get out the way. Make sure you run and throw that block. Don't hold it. I mean, under you, Coach Shepard, and Slick, the passing offense was ridiculously weak. So my point is, can't nobody read your small brain, okay? And no one can execute a plan that you didn't give them. Lastly, you dunce. You have to know that you can't tear these guys to shreds without having their respect. You can tear them down and build them up if they respect you, but if they don't respect you, you know what happens? You might end up losing receivers. Matter of fact, Coach Shepard, do you realize you lost 7 receivers after the season? Or better yet, you lost 24% of our players to the transfer portals. I guess they was all garbage because they ain't had no dog in them. So, 7 recruits? Yeah, this on you, bro. Kentucky thanks you for Kendrick Law. Tennessee sends its thanks for Amari Jefferson. Ole Miss thanks you for Caleb Odom because they ain't got no dog in them. Kansas thanks you for Emmanuel Henderson Jr. Baylor thanks you for Kobe Prentice. Arizona State thanks you, Coach Shepard, for Jaron Hamilton. I guess they all just were awful. 28% of the team. You lost. That's almost a third, player. That's on you. That's on you. And Agiye Hall is out there in the portal still lingering while his football dreams are fading into nothing because he ain't got no dog in him, I guess. Probably folks didn't respect you. I wish you'd go away. Somebody told me you was the best receiver coach in the country. That's a lie. There's 5 coaches at Ohio State that says that's a lie, that you don't have what they had to get all them players in the NFL over the last 25 years. You ain't one of the best. I'm sorry. This is what you accomplished, assistant head coach, co-offensive coordinator, and wide receiver coach, Jamarcus Shepard. This is your legacy. 7 wideouts gone across all classes. 28% of them, 28% of the transfers, nearly a third of the departures. Man, I need to call you head janitor because you know how to clean out a room. It's making it very clear to me, I'm just a fan of the Tide, Coach Shep, that you, sir, are the weakest freaking coaching link. And that's a wrap for me this week. Join us here. Oh, man, I got hot on now. Join us here every Monday at 7:30 where I give you my take on what's going on with the Crimson Tide, unless it's a major holiday. Please remember to join me Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and on Fridays, TBD, for Iron Bowl debates. Well, we might discuss anything about the Iron Bowl. We may also discuss like the real reasons why pineapples don't belong on pizza at all. Not saying I believe that, but we might discuss it. You never know, so join us. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification so you'll get the notification when a show drops or we go live or something like that. Or there's a stampede. I'm going to start doing these stampedes as we get closer to the A-Day date, unless the A-Day game has been canceled. But I told y'all I was coming. I told y'all I was coming. People are not going to have you stealing their players no more. They're just not going to do it. And tell your friends about how they can find me on YouTube, Blue Sky, and Facebook at Tight Sports and Tight Sports Talk on the Badlands of Twitter, better known as X. Shout out to Sharpshooters Podcast, Roll Tide to you, and peace out to the brothers at Auburn Addicts, Water Cooler Talk Podcast, my boy over there, Nick, and the mayor, Bub and Old Man, a fine group of Americans. For some reason, they still believe in Hugh Freeze. Man. I do have some stuff in the. Let's see, okay, here we go. Got a couple more things in the chat I need to go through. I think I kind of messed up. I got behind on my chat. Oh yeah. I hope he says 5-peat. It's me says it's gonna be a 5-peat by Auburn going under 500 for the 5th year in a row. Yeah, 10-2. It's Bama. Huggy had to get out of here. He probably had to go get some more Green Gators. Gaston's kid going to need a lot of coaching. Yeah, I imagine so. That's why, I can see that. Hugh Freeze getting an extension is a nightmare as far as I'm concerned. No, I'm totally fine with that. I feel very comfortable with that. Isaiah Horton's going to be fine. Yeah, he'll coach, if Coach Shepard don't. 7 receivers left. 7. Now, you can say, that was Milroe. Milroe gone. Who's left? Wide receiver coach, offensive coordinator, who's not the offensive coordinator now. Huggy got up out of here, running my mouth. I got heated. I couldn't get back to it. Water Cooler Talk. What's happening? Oh, that's Nick and them. What's going on? And there go DC. Oh, yeah, Auburn Addicts doing their thing. 4 more to go. 400 subscribers. Yeah, y'all got to subscribe. I got to get my numbers up. I'm about to crank out some information because we got a lot of stuff to cover before the spring. I don't even know if they're going to discuss a spring depth chart. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. Let's see. Transfer portal. Got these coaches shook. Yeah, you got these coaches shook. Had this guy shook. DC, the man lost 28%. He's responsible for 28% of our portal departures. The man violating 2 rules. You can't lie to him, can't tear him down. And that's a caveat on that. You can't tear them down if they don't respect you. That's why 7 wide receivers, not tight ends, wide receivers across all classes. I looked around a little bit. You got to go high and low to find that happening somewhere else. And usually it's because a coach left, the head coach. Ding, ding, ding. So you can treat some of these players the old school. You can't treat some of them. Oh, you can't. If they respect you, or if they see the respect could be like, I respect where he can take me, I respect what I can learn, or I know he respects me as a person, or my dad said he's gonna punch me in my face if I try to leave the school. One or the other. Gotta have some form of respect. That Coach Shepard just coming in here, mouth breathing, sucker. Anyway, he said, why aren't you? Let's see. Why are you this smart? We're on the show together. Hey, man. It seems like a lack of intelligence, but that's because, you read on 4th grade level. And that's all I got. I'm about to get out of here, folks. They just need to put Coach Shepard somewhere else. He is the weakest link. And with that, I'm out of here. And always remember, roll, tide, roll.